Hello farmers and welcome back to Western Australia. Almost finished with the outfield. It's been a moment, I think almost an hour and a half to go ahead and plant this field. So not too bad with a 12 meter wide seed drill. I've had to go back and refill with seed twice. And I've been adding the fertilizer as I go along, although we're not using a whole lot of it. There's certain parts of the field that are taking a decent amount of fertilizer, and there's other parts like this section right here which are over fertilized. So but either way, it'll be fine after next harvest. The scoring on the field for our environmental score will be a whole lot better. It's the first year we own the field, so it's going to take a moment. The worker did a pretty darn good job getting everything done. It got around the island. We do have an island on this field, by the way. Okay, it's actually right there. A lonely little island with about 6 trees on it. But yeah, it's the worker did fine. Went around that just lovely. So once we get done with this, oh yeah, we should be also approaching pretty darn close of going over another hour on the drill. So I'm trying to, well, I don't know how much it's going to be. Probably like 3 or 4 grand, I think, to go over the hour. So I'm trying to turn off the drill when I can. My guess is, right when I get to the end, it's going to go over the hour. That's probably what's going to happen. It's that close. But after we get done with this, we got to, of course, return the drill, but we're going to bring it back to the farm and empty out any seed or fertilizer that's left in it. And then, yeah, same tractor. We got to put the mowers on it and get the Massey Ferguson to follow behind us. And we're going to make some silage bales in our grass field. But then we should be all set for the month, and we can advance on to November, where the weed control will be going on, because we'll have all of our fields probably will have weeds in it. I don't think any field that we have plowed or anything like that. So, yeah, we should have weeds in all the fields. I do have a little spots here and there on the field that I kind of missed from the worker. Do I want to go around? Is it going to be worth it? It says I'm at 2 hours. Did I get charged? Did I get charged and not see it? I'm already at the 2 hours, so it ain't going to matter, I guess. Oh, right there. Vehicle leasing fee, $4,160. So I probably just went over it and didn't see the money actually get deducted. Well, since I've already paid for it, well, now I will go and grab some small pieces. I think it's just these pieces here I got to grab. And then, yeah, we're all set. So nothing too big. But now we just got to wait for the harvest season to reap the benefits. Well, actually, we won't even reap the benefits from when it comes time to harvest, because by then we should have ourselves a grain silo, and we'll be storing the grain and selling the grain actually in June, probably. I think June is going to be the peak time for cereal grain here in Western Australia. As I mentioned, in the future on this farm, having a drill this size is not going to be what we're looking for. We're definitely going to want a much bigger drill. I mean, an hour and a half to drill that field is not bad, but when you got at least 3 or maybe 4, and maybe by the time we get the drill, maybe 5 or 6 fields of that size, yeah, we're going to want ourselves a much bigger drill, get the work done a whole bunch faster. But before we get the drill, we're going to need a much bigger tractor. So it's going to be a ways on down the road. But this series is starting to surprise me a little bit with the amount of money that we're starting to bring in and how we are expanding. Although we are getting some good deals on the properties that we have purchased recently. I mean, that field that we just planted, we got that for like 35% off or something like that. So that is pretty darn good. So next year, when we go to plant, should be pretty interesting, because the sugarcane field will no longer be the sugarcane field, so I'll have to find another field for it. I still would like field number 3, which is on the opposite side of field number 4. As I mean, we can see, we don't want a really big field to be putting sugarcane into, because that field alone is producing more than enough. Let's go ahead and return the drill. And since I'm here, I'm going to top this off with some diesel. And now it's time to go cut the grass from one log job to another. Actually, cutting the grass is not that bad. It's like 15-20 minutes. I already have 19 hours on the Case Magnum. In real life, that's just barely getting the engine started. In Farming Simulator, 19 hours is starting to get to a decent amount. Let's see, the mower, no, the mowers are not buried. Okay, there's the front mower. Watch out for the the duckins and the chickens. The chickens and the ducks. Alright, let's get this out here. And of course, the Massey will follow right behind us. Lower that down, and then lower that down. Let's see what, does the Massey need any diesel? No, that looks like it's doing just fine. We will be making hay at some point this year, but not in the first cut. The reason why I'm going with the silage is just in case I need some money when it comes time to, you know, buy the grain silo and also hopefully the header for the combine. If I just need a little bit of cash, if I can sell silage bales instead of taking out another loan, that would be ideal, I think. Okay, let's get this all set up here. Let's make sure it's on I mean, I haven't changed the dimensions, so it should be 159. We'll reset the bale counter, although we should get like 20 bales. Turn on automatic drop. Alright, and then just gotta turn it on. And go ahead and follow the case magnum. 25 meters ought to be good. Alright. And now we're rolling. But this is where I said before, last episode I believe it was, having another tractor about the size of the case would be good. For when it's drilling, I could have been over here cutting the grass, but I needed the case to have enough horsepower to use the drill, but I needed something with that same amount of horsepower for the mowers. Can't have it all. But I also got, you know, just remember in the future, I won't need the Magnum to plant once we have ourselves. Like I said, I think I'm going to shoot for the New Holland T9. I may have used that tractor once in FS22. I will have to slow down once in a while for the baler to catch up. Because we can do 13 or is it 14? Well, I'm right either way because it's flickering between 13 and 14. I think the baler can do 11. So we get about 20 bales, we get those wrapped up, and those will be ready in December. But just remember, we are in Australia, so yeah, if you're used to silage being sold in December, in Australia, the best time to sell it is June. Which is still winter, just that winter is not what most of us are used to being, which is November, December, January, February. Yep, starting to put a little distance between me and the worker. You can see the swaths buried in the grass from the last time I cut the grass. I may need to come over here before we skip over to November. I think the sugar factories might be starting to get backed up a little bit on sugar, so I don't want that production to slow down. So we'll probably come over here with the autoloader, and we'll just get some sugar out of storage, and we'll pile the sugar somewhere. Just making too much of it. But that will be sold in December, which should be a good time of the year to sell it. I did get this field all fertilized and lime spread, yeah, so it's pretty much the best that it's going to be. Crop rotation is even pretty good for just being grass. It's staying at 110%. I did see actually a mod on the mod hub, and I thought that this particular mod was already out there, but maybe a different way it works, as to where it's a mod for your husbandries. So it'll work the same as factories, meaning you can input and distribute the products of those buildings the same as you would as a factory. So I'm thinking, like, for the sheep, I don't want to do it for this series because I kind of like giving the sheep the bales of hay. If I had hay in a storage, I think the sheep pen would take the hay automatically, and the wool itself, if I put that on distribute, it would go down to the spinnery. Or, of course, if I put it on selling, the wool would just sell automatically from their spawn point. But I don't think I'll use it on this series. Actually, in thinking about it, Western Australia could run all the way to FS25. Hills of Tuscany, I think, will end maybe mid-September, somewhere around there. At least that's what it's looking like. And any series I start right after that one will definitely run till FS25. So I think I got one more series in me before 25 comes out. And I've seen a couple maps I wouldn't mind going on. And I got some ideas. Nothing too extreme because, as I said, if we're going to be starting like in mid-September, that only gives us 2 months before 25 gets rolled out. So I don't want to have like a $100 million challenge or something like that nature where it's going to run way past 25. I'll probably stop playing 19 when 25 comes out. Quite depends on the series themselves and how they're going. Because as I mentioned before, when 25 comes out, I want to do one map where we're just throwing money anywhere that we need to and just trying out all the new stuff, and then on the other map I'll just run like a basic let's play kind of a farm. Not much of a challenge anywhere. Oh, and also getting back, because I know I said I was going to maybe show off rice in 22, because there are a few maps that do rice in FS22, but currently the ones I have seen, it's nothing. We're not going to learn anything from it going into 25, so I thought, then I, when I was looking, I was like, okay, I thought I was going to do like a mini series on it. Then I thought, well, maybe I'll just do a video quickly on how the rice is done. But then when I started seeing how the fields are flooded, then I found out, well, technically it's just for show. You don't really need to do it. So I don't think we'll actually learn anything from it per se. So I don't think I'll be doing anything on rice for FS22. Seems like I'm going at a pretty good pace for the worker behind us. I am slowing down once in a while, in this case Magnum, so they can kind of stay along with us. And if you're kind of wondering why am I just trying to keep pace with the vehicle behind us, with the mod Follow Me, it can only keep track of so many pinpoints on the map. So as I drive around, we're leaving invisible markers for the worker. And I want to say it's after 250 ticks, because that's the most the mod can trace. The worker will stop because you're no longer leaving markers for it because you're too far ahead. So that's why I got to stay at a certain distance. And as I kind of hope this is kind of a thing that's going to be allowed in FS25, like mods like Follow Me. As for single players, it is a great helper. Of course, I could always use like course play. I could have course play set up for this field and set the mower off, and then I could set the baler on the same exact course, and it wouldn't matter how far ahead it gets because it's running on its own separate program. But I prefer to use Follow Me. We all have our ways. We like to use our mods and how we do our farming. Looks like we're leaving the bales off at the exact same spot on every pass that we make. I'm sure this is a coincidence. But once I get my second headland done here, I won't have to make so many corners. And the worker won't have to miss as much grass on the corners as it is. I'll start doing more straight lines. Makes life just a little bit easier to go around afterwards and kind of pick up some of the messes. Now, I am hoping I don't have to use the silage to sell in 3 months' time, because that'll be the worst time of the year to sell it. Same can be said for the tableware. But it's going to be one of those things. If I need the money, I need the money. But between the wool, the fabric, the sugar, the cane juice, the molasses, and molasses doesn't give us that much money, but a little bit is a little bit. I'll take any form of cash I can get. Grass field is starting to look just a little bit messy with all the missed grass swaths around the field. But eventually, once I get down to making some hay in this field, of course, I'll be wide spreading the grass, and of course, we'll have to ted it, and then windrow it, and then pick it up. Hopefully, a lot of these patches will be picked up. Make it look just a little bit neater around here. But for today, we're just making pink marshmallows, and we're just about done here. Just a quick look. I mean, we should get the normal 20-ish bales that we usually get. As for the little patches that are around, I'm just going to leave them there for today. Yeah. Trying to go around just to get the extra 20, 30,000 liters, which is a lot, but that doesn't help make the big bales that we're making here with the baler setup that we have. Sheep are looking very happy, although I don't see a hay bale in their food drop-off point, so they might be a little bit low on the food. And we don't want that to happen. We don't want to lose any sheep whatsoever. We are running the mod that if the animals run out of food and or water, and their health gets down to 0 within a certain amount of time, if they're not taken care of, they will vanish. I don't think I've had it happen to me yet with this particular mod. I think back in the Seasons mod in 19, a few times I lost a couple of cows or what have you. But I don't think I've lost any in 22 yet. Although now by saying that, I probably will at some point. I don't think Hudson will be happy if we lost any of his sheep. There's Twister. Just roaming around, making sure all of our animals, the sheep and the chickens and the ducks are all good. But we are finally done cutting the grass. I think it did take me about a half an hour to cut the grass field. The one thing I could be using in the distant future, and I don't think I've used it since Hinterland, is the modded Krone Big BM that has the PTO and hitch on the back, so I can just basically with that I could just put the grass into a swath and have the baler attached to the Krone Big M and set it off on a worker, and it'll cut and bale at the same time. Although it will be reduced to the baling working speed, not the Krone's working speed. But at that point, I mean, I got to go slow as it is anyways for the current baler that we have. All right, let's run into the back of the shed. That's what you want to do. I'm trying to get this all undone before the Massey Ferguson comes over here, because that is still trying to follow the same path as I'm taking. No. Stop. Just in time. Actually, we almost got a full bale, so it's kind of tempting to go around and get a few pieces. I need about 20,000. I can't help it. Alright, let me go around and see if I can... I'm pretty sure I can grab it. It's just a matter of how long is it going to take me to grab it. Well, at this stage, I may as well just go over every little swath and try to pick it up. Not quite there yet, but we are just about there. And there we go. Yeah, the other annoying thing is you got to listen to that beeping going on for a little bit longer because, yeah, it's trying to tell you the bale is almost full. And when it takes a while to fill it up, yeah. Great demand at selling station. Well, that's fine. I probably don't have anything worthwhile selling, honestly. So we end up making, hey, look at that, 20 bales. It's almost like we've done this before. Now let's go ahead and put the baler away. Yeah, you can see we got plenty of hay bales for the sheep for now. Definitely will be fine for another 3 months. I think last I checked, though, we should be good for another year if we save the same amount of sheep moving forward. But of course, they are going to reproduce. Going to grab the 6230 and bring one of those hay bales over to the sheep. Try to watch out for the chickens. Looks like I got to get one of the top bales. Yeah, pretty soon. Of course, I think I've said this before. I need to go around, do a little bit of landscaping, make some paths for my tractors, my trucks, for the same courses I keep taking instead of driving over the grass. Ooh, the bale just came flying right off the pallet forks. Yep, the food in the trough is going up. I'm just waiting to see if it takes the whole bale or not. Still going up. Oh, okay, so they were rather low on the hay. There was still some of the feed trough. It wasn't empty. So the sheep's health should be fine. That chicken is ran right out in front of me. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get run over by a 6230, that's why. Alright, they shouldn't take this whole bale. That feed trough is not big enough for the both of them. There we go. Should be all good. Now we're going to load up with these wool pallets. And we're going to take this over to the sugar factories just to remove some sugar from storage because they are getting full. Seeing all the weeds in my fields, not making me happy, but they'll be gone next month. We just got to wait for our soybean and oat field to grow. So the weeds will germinate in that field and we'll take care of all 4 fields at the same time. I said I shouldn't drive with the side curtain open. Not the best thing to be doing. Yeah, the field to the right is the optimal field for sugarcane next year, but we don't own that field yet. Alright, let's go ahead and dive into the sugar factories. They should be down at the bottom. Sugar, make sure we change that source to spawning. Yeah, you can see that one is in the red. And spawning. Kind of a weird thing if you're new to the autoloader. If you go into your production buildings like I just did and you have an autoloader and the autoloader's not working, you gotta get out of the vehicle, just get back in and it'll work. I don't know why that triggers it not to work, but... Alright, so these we're just gonna go ahead and put, I guess, right here. Still got 3 more months to go, so we'll take another... I think it said 40,000 liters, so that's 40 pallets worth. So we'll grab another stack of 40s. And that'll free up 80,000 liters that was in there. We are distributing sugar to the tableware production over there and our canning company? I'm not really... The fruit and vegetable canning company, that's where it's going. I'm too close. Too close for comfort. Getting just a little bit nervous about having too many pallets out. If we all can remember back to Hinterland, having that shed with all the pallets in it. My PC did not like having 300 plus pallets in a spawn area. Why did that stop spawning sugar pallets? We know there's plenty more in there. Thank you. We'll do the same on this one. We'll take out 2 truckloads. The tableware production should be good for a while. Still got room for tableware to spawn. And then, of course, they can store some in the building at the same time. So that should be good for a couple more months. And I can leave the sugar on spawning because the spawn area is already full, so it's not going to spawn more. But if I decide to come back over and grab some in a later month, then I won't have to change it at all. But this will be sold in a couple months anyways. There we go, another 40. And we got plenty of sugarcane in the sugar productions to last, so I'm not going to bother emptying out my trailer just yet. Alright, starting to get a little full over here. Alright, let's speed up time a little bit because I am done for the day. The silage bales can stay here for another month. But the grass field, of course, will need to be fertilized. November is pretty much just weed spraying. And I'll probably take care of this grass field. And then before you know it, we'll be on to the month of December. All right, let's not get too dark here. Just coming over here because the sheep are producing wool at a great rate, which is, I love that. I mean, the more wool, the better. All right, let me just double check on the store sale page. Okay, a wheel loader is something I would love to have on the farm. Because when it comes time to filling up the compost and the orchards and the greenhouses, that would be nice. But yeah, we're not there yet. We got more important things to save up for this year. As I mentioned, the silo and the header for the combine are what we are looking for. All right, we know the chickens and ducks have enough feed. We know the sheep, we just fed them, are good. With the production buildings, we just took care of them. So we're going to say goodbye to October. And hello to November. And as for the house, eventually we will get ourselves a better... This is just a temporary thing. I say temporary. We've been here 5 years. Yeah, but just a temporary building for now. We're going to wake up at 5 just to check on the store and make sure also that the wool has not overfilled, which it shouldn't. But we're getting more and more sheep as we go along here. So, yeah, we did make our loan payments overnight. But we are waking up with still 147 in the bank account, which is very, very good. Let me just go ahead. We're just going to, instead of run back over to the truck, we're going to... I haven't been on the map yet today, so that's why it's zoomed in. Jump over to here and just go ahead and... It was almost full. Bale is still here. And now we have a full sheep pen. So I could start going through and selling the adult males. Because obviously they're not helping us with the reproduction. Don't really need the males per se in Farming Simulator for reproduction. And yeah, if I have nothing but females here and the offspring they have, the offspring will get sold. So we get a little bit of money from them as we move forward. But we now technically, we do have a full sheep pen. So hooray for that. Let's see what's in the sale page. Well, the wheel loader's still there. And there's a Zeter tractor. I think I've seen that in there before. Well, that is not nothing that we're looking for. All right, let's get the sun to rise. Just get a little bit more brighter out here. Although rain is in the forecast, so yeah, we're going to slow it down just a bit. Just to refresh my memory, is December... let's see, we got wheat. Wheat is not until January, because we do have a wheat field. That's the one right across the road. So wheat will be harvested in January. Oats, we planted the second month, so they're not going to be ready till February. And then the soybeans will be ready not until April, May. So I can hold off on buying the header. I don't have to harvest the wheat in January. I can wait till February to buy the header when I can do the wheat and the oats in the same day. So we needed 400,000 come December for the silo. Now, that's next month. Well, I don't technically need the silo then either, because if harvest time's not until February, I can hold off onto it. But it would be nice to have, because we will be selling stuff. So the silo is going to go in here, and it's going to take up this whole area right in through here. So we're going to do the same thing as we did over there for the orchard. We're just going to delete the trees, so we're going to kind of like make it like we're paying someone to come in to take care of the trees, but since they're getting the wood... yeah, they're getting the wood for free. So we're just going to go ahead and delete the tree. Do I not have it on? Did I turn that on? Delete objects on. Can I not get rid of this tree? Okay, I got to look way up. Okay, that's one tree gone. That's another tree gone. Tree be gone. All right, let me back up a little bit. And also let me turn off that so I don't accidentally delete anything else. Now what I want to do is come into construction. I think I got free landscaping on. We'll find out here in just a moment. We want to level out. So let's go ahead and we'll do this. And then we'll strengthen. Yeah, I'm not getting charged for anything, so just leveling out this area right here. And this should all be fine, I hope. Painting. Is this what we have out through here? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's what we have. All right, let me just go ahead and we'll paint this in. So, what we're going to be getting, not today though, but in case you haven't seen it, where am I going here? Silos. If I scroll on down to here, this is the one we're getting. So that'll hold 1.7 million. And you can see it fits perfectly right in here. I don't remember on the map what was technically here. Sorry, I don't want it with the shed. So I just want this one right here. The reason why I don't want the shed is because we, you know, a tipping trailer would get, could have some problems. But you can see that would fit there nicely. It's almost like it was made for it. So, wait, 350,000. Okay, so it's 350,000 without the shed. Wait a minute, that's not the new one. This is the new. Wait, where's the new one? There we go. I knew it was 400,000. Now it holds 1.8 million. Not that we'll ever need any. Just to put it, when we harvested on Oceanside Forest, remember how big those fields were? I think we were harvesting close to 2 million liters on that one. So, yeah, I don't know if I'll have that many fields here, but yeah, that should be more than enough for what we need here. And it should just hold just the basic cereal grain, but that'll fit there nicely, $400,000. That's what we need. And yeah, I technically don't need it until February. What would be nice, though, if that header would come up for sale. Because that header does cost, base price is $213,000. We got the trailer for it. That was cheap. That was like $7,000. So, yeah, we just need the header, the biggest header that you got, please. That'd be great. Moving forward. Yeah, well, once we get the silo and the header, then we can start maybe looking at a bigger tractor and more fields once again. Anything I should be selling this month? Let's see here. Well, the wool price in November. It's time to sell the wool. I'd get more than I would than I did the previous year. The current price is $38.73. All right, so things go here and things go here. Let's go ahead. I was thinking about ending the episode there, but I don't want to forget about the fabric and the wool because, yeah, I still got in the brain April. But no, now's the time. So let's go ahead and load up with all this wool. May have to make a couple trips. I don't think it's all going to fit in here. It is going to grab most of it. Ooh, I may have to make 2 trips. All right, let's go bring in some cash. Soybean field, you can see the weeds in that one clearly. The oat field, I'm not either is blending in better or I don't have weeds in it at all. Now, I didn't plow the field, but maybe... No, that field was not plowed when I drilled into it, so... I don't know. Currently, I'm not seeing any weeds into it. But I will spray it anyways with a See and Spot sprayer just to get our score better in that field. The sheep were a good call, Hudson. Took us 5 years, but we got a full pen, and now the wool is going to bring us in a whole bunch of cash. All right, back up to the farm. Definitely going to be another full tractor trailer, I think. And there might be some left over after that. Alright, back at the farm. But before I drive up here, let's jump out for a moment and go back into construction mode. And go to landscaping, and now I want to go to smoothing. Maybe that size, but let's go high strength here. Want to smooth this corner out a little bit. Hard to tell how it's looking, but it's got to be better than what it was. And the same can be said for over here. And now we'll go to painting. Do I just want to go with... That says dry grass, but it looks like dirt. That is dirt. We don't want rocks. Animal mud? Someone left a 6230 in the way. I may put some grass patches in it later on just to kind of make it blend in a little bit better. And I may not do animal mud because now as I look at it, yeah, it's going to look a little bit weirder. And just kind of do that. There we go. Actually, that looks pretty good for a slight incline. But I don't like it being open dirt, so I gotta put like maybe a little bit of grass patches here and there to make it blend in. Alright, is all these gonna fit? Looks like they will. I'll wait for the side curtain to close. There we go. And if I wait for all the traffic, I'll be here all day long. Because sometimes the traffic can be one car right after another. Now, the one thing I do have to be kind of careful about, because in all honesty, off camera, every once in a while when I used to go down to the store, I used to come out of the farm, cut straight across, and just drive diagonally down to the store. Even though now I got this truck to make the trips a lot faster than it used to be with the tractors, it still saved me a little bit of time. But now I got to be careful because, well, I own this field up here at the corner. So if I'm not paying attention and I'm driving across and I cut across my own field, yeah, there go my crops. So, I mean, today wouldn't matter because they're only in the first growth stage and crop destruction will not do anything on those. Oop, almost tipped over. Should scroll back a little bit more so I can see what the trailer's doing. Now that I got to 200,000, part of me is like, do I want to buy the header now because I got the money for it? Should I wait for it to maybe come up for sale? But then again, do I want to buy a header that's got a lot of wear and tear on it? Because I mean, I want to repair it anyways, but I'll still get a deal on it. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Because the way Farming Simulator kind of works for damage, the more hours it has on it, the faster it decreases in its repair status. So, yeah, I'm thinking maybe just buy new. And if I'm going to buy new, well, I could do it now. Or, maybe what I will do is maybe pay off some of the loan and I could take out a loan later on. So the fabric, I will have to sell later on. Because I don't have a tractor down here. But that gets us up to 239. I don't think either... I know I know one of the loans has just started, but yeah, 333 is what I owe on that loan. And if I were to pay that off, I would save myself $8,000 a month. Well, I got the whole month to think about it. And maybe see what you guys have to say. I do have to lease the See and Spot weed sprayer, which is not that big of a deal. I mean, that'll probably cost me in all with leasing and with a herbicide probably like $6,000. Somewhere around that vicinity. Oop, don't hit the cars. But November is here. We just got to go ahead and take care of the weeds. We'll do that next episode. We'll knock them out one at a time. We'll definitely get the biggest working with that we can for the Kubota. Same as we used last time. Oh yeah, I did want to see... Let me just come to a stop here so I don't keep rolling along as I'm in this screen here. Are there weeds actually growing in our oat field? No weeds. So all I really got to do is quickly spray in that field, get the score up. So we got weeds here, of course. We got weeds here, of course. And man, look at the weeds over here. So yeah, those... So we got only 3 fields technically to do. So it shouldn't take us too long to knock those out. Yeah, we'll fertilize the grass field, pick up the silage bales, put those kind of to the side like we always do. And then before you know it, we'll be on to December. And then maybe even January, depending how much... Well, no, we're going to have a lot of selling to do in December. We got all that sugar that needs to be sold. So the money will be rolling in. And then, who knows, maybe I should just keep the money I have now and then take the money that we get for the sugar and get the silo down to kind of make it look like we're actually getting somewhere on the farmyard. I mean, we are. But getting the silo down is going to be a huge step for sure. But anyways, if you made it this far in the video and you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit that like button. Helps out the channel and the video more than you know. Also lets me know that you enjoyed the content that you saw here today. And while you're down there, if you haven't done so yet, might want to think about hitting that subscribe button as well. But yeah, that's where we're going to wrap it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Western Australia. But until then, have a good one.